The 1956 Jefferson nickel is one of those coins that many people have seen in circulation, yet few realize it can carry surprising collector value. This classic 5-cent coin features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, a key figure in American history whose image has appeared on the nickel since 1938. While millions of these coins were produced, certain well-preserved examples can become highly desirable among collectors across the United States. Support our effort. Subscribe, like, and share so that we can bring you more videos like this. The 1956 Jefferson nickel was struck by the United States Mint, primarily at the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. These coins were made for everyday circulation, meaning they were intended to pass from hand to hand in daily transactions. Because of that, most examples show wear today. However, coins that avoided heavy circulation and remained in excellent condition can be far more valuable. On the front of the coin, collectors see the familiar left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson. The design was created by artist Felix Schlag, whose work replaced the buffalo nickel design in 1938. Jefferson's calm expression and the detailed lettering around the portrait make this coin instantly recognizable to collectors and everyday Americans alike. Turning the coin over reveals the famous image of Monticello, Jefferson's historic estate. This building is one of the most important features of the nickel design. Collectors pay close attention to the steps at the base of Monticello because they can reveal how sharply the coin was struck during the minting process. A particularly desirable variety among collectors is known as the full steps Jefferson nickel. This term refers to coins where the steps beneath Monticello are fully visible and clearly separated. Because these details are often weakly struck, finding a coin with complete steps is relatively rare. As a result, nickels with this feature can command much stronger prices in the collector market. Condition is another major factor that influences value. A circulated coin that has spent decades in pockets and cash registers usually shows scratches, dull surfaces, and worn details. But coins that were stored carefully, perhaps in old coin rolls or personal collections, may still display bright mint luster. This natural shine is created when the coin is freshly struck and reflects light in a distinctive pattern across its surface. Collectors also search for unusual mint errors or varieties that might appear on a 1956 Jefferson nickel. Occasionally, a coin might show doubled letters, misaligned strikes, or other small production mistakes that occurred during the minting process. These rare variations attract strong attention because they make the coin unique compared to standard examples. Another reason collectors enjoy searching through Jefferson nickels is their historical connection to mid-20th century America. During the 1950s, coin collecting became a popular hobby throughout the country. Families often saved rolls of coins from banks or kept interesting pieces they found in change, hoping they might one day become valuable collectibles. Professional grading services today evaluate coins carefully and assign them grades based on their condition. These grades help determine how desirable a coin might be in the collector market. High-grade coins with minimal marks, sharp details, and strong luster are especially attractive to serious collectors building high-quality sets of Jefferson nickels. Because of these factors, some outstanding examples of the 1956 Jefferson nickel have achieved remarkable prices at auction. While most circulated coins remain common, a pristine, high-grade example with strong strike quality can reach values of more than $7,000 in the collector market. That's why it's always worth taking a closer look at the nickels you come across. A simple coin from 1956 might appear ordinary at first glance, but under the right conditions, it could turn out to be a fascinating piece of American numismatic history and possibly a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. The 1958 Jefferson Nickel might look like an ordinary 5-cent coin, but many collectors believe some of these pieces could be hiding surprising value. This coin was produced at the Denver Mint and carries the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front. The Jefferson Nickel series has been one of the most recognizable coin designs in American history, and millions of people across the United States have handled these coins without realizing that certain examples can become highly collectible. Support our effort. Subscribe, like, and share so that we can bring you more videos like this. When collectors examine a 1958 Jefferson Nickel, the first thing they focus on is the coin's condition. Even though large numbers of these coins were minted, only a small portion survived in outstanding shape. Coins that still display bright mint luster, sharp lettering, and strong design details are far more desirable than those that have spent years circulating in everyday pocket change. The front of the coin shows a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, one of the most important figures in American history. Jefferson was the principal author of the Declaration of Independence and later became the third president of the United States. His legacy made him a fitting choice for the nickel design, which replaced the Buffalo nickel in 1938 and continues to be admired by collectors today. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find a detailed image of Monticello, Jefferson's famous estate in Virginia. This building has been part of the Jefferson Nickel design for decades and is one of the key features collectors carefully inspect. The steps and architectural lines of Monticello can reveal whether the coin was struck sharply or weakly at the mint. Collectors often search for coins that show what is called full steps on the Monticello building. This means the steps at the base of the structure appear clearly separated and fully visible. Nickels that display these complete steps are significantly more desirable and can reach much higher values in the coin collecting market. Because strong strikes are harder to find, collectors pay close attention to this small but important detail. Another factor that affects the value of the 1958 Jefferson Nickel is the coin's overall preservation. Coins stored carefully for decades may still retain their original shine, known as mint luster. This natural glow occurs when a coin is freshly struck and reflects light in a distinctive pattern. Once a coin enters circulation, the luster gradually fades due to handling, friction, and environmental exposure. Because of this, collectors are always searching for coins that look as close as possible to the day they were minted. A well-preserved example with clean surfaces and minimal marks can stand out immediately when compared to worn coins that have passed through many hands over the years. Another exciting aspect of collecting Jefferson nickels is the possibility of discovering mint errors or unusual varieties. Occasionally, a coin may show doubled lettering, off-center strikes, or other production irregularities. These rare mistakes make a coin unique and can greatly increase its interest among collectors who specialize in error coins. The late 1950s were an interesting period for U.S. coinage because coin collecting was becoming increasingly popular across the country. Many people began saving rolls of coins directly from banks in hopes that they might become valuable in the future. Because of this trend, some uncirculated examples of the 1958 Jefferson nickel still exist today in remarkable condition. Professional coin grading services play a big role in determining how valuable a coin might be. These organizations evaluate coins based on factors such as strike quality, surface preservation, and eye appeal. Once graded, the coin is placed in a protective holder with an official grade that helps collectors and investors understand its quality level. High-grade examples of the 1958 D. Jefferson nickel are much harder to find than ordinary circulated pieces. When a coin combines strong strike quality, full steps on Monticello, and brilliant mint luster, it becomes extremely attractive to collectors who want the finest possible examples for their collections. Because of these factors, some exceptional coins from this year have achieved impressive results in the collector market. Rare top-condition pieces of the 1958 D. Jefferson nickel have reached auction prices of over $9,000, proving that even a small 5-cent coin can become a remarkable treasure. So before you ignore an old nickel sitting in a jar or coin collection, take a closer look. Check the date, search for the Denver Mint mark, and examine the details carefully. You might discover that an ordinary-looking coin is actually a valuable piece of American coin history waiting to be recognized. Most people see a 1968 D. Jefferson nickel and think it's just another ordinary coin, but collectors know that some of these nickels can actually be worth serious money. This coin was struck at the Denver Mint in the United States and features the famous portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front. The design has been a classic part of American coinage for decades, and it continues to attract collectors who carefully examine every small detail. Support our effort, subscribe, like, and share so that we can bring you more videos like this. The 1968 D. Jefferson nickel may look common at first glance, but condition plays a huge role in determining its value. Millions of these coins were produced by the Denver Mint, yet only a small percentage survived in near-perfect condition. Collectors search for coins that have sharp details, clean surfaces, and strong luster that still shines even after many years. When a coin remains well-preserved, it becomes far more desirable to collectors and investors. One of the key things collectors look for is a coin that shows full details on Jefferson's hair and clear lettering around the rim. Even tiny scratches, marks, or dull surfaces can lower a coin's collectible value. Because of this, people who collect coins often use magnifying tools and strong lighting to inspect every small part of the coin before deciding if it is valuable. Another important feature of the 1968 D. Jefferson nickel is the building shown on the back of the coin. The reverse design displays Monticello, the historic home of Thomas Jefferson. This iconic building has appeared on the reverse of the Jefferson nickel since 1938, making it one of the most recognizable designs in American coin history. Collectors carefully examine the steps and architectural details on Monticello because strong detail can indicate a higher grade coin. Coins that still have their original mint luster are especially attractive to collectors. Mint luster is the shiny surface that appears when a coin is freshly struck at the mint. Over time, circulation can wear down this shine, leaving the coin dull and less appealing. That is why collectors often prefer coins that were never heavily used in everyday transactions. Although the 1968 D. Jefferson nickel is not considered extremely rare, certain examples become valuable because of their exceptional quality. Coins graded at the highest levels by professional grading services are much harder to find than ordinary circulated pieces. These top-quality coins are the ones that attract attention during major coin auctions. Another reason collectors enjoy searching through Jefferson nickels is the possibility of finding unusual mint errors. Sometimes a coin can be struck slightly off-center, have doubled lettering, or display other striking abnormalities. These errors make a coin unique and can dramatically increase its desirability among collectors who enjoy rare varieties. Because of the popularity of coin collecting in the United States, even small denomination coins like nickels can become valuable when they are preserved well or have interesting features. Many collectors search through old coin jars, pocket change, and inherited collections, hoping to discover a hidden treasure among ordinary coins. The Jefferson Nickel series itself has a long and fascinating history. Introduced in 1938, the design replaced the Buffalo nickel and honored the legacy of Thomas Jefferson. Over the years, the series has seen different compositions, mint locations, and subtle design changes, which keeps collectors interested in building complete sets. If you happen to find a 1968 D Jefferson nickel in excellent condition, it may be worth taking a closer look. Coins that appear unusually shiny, well-detailed, or perfectly preserved can sometimes surprise collectors with their value. Even small details can make a big difference when experts evaluate a coin's quality. Some exceptional examples of the 1968 D Jefferson nickel have reached impressive prices at major auctions, with rare high-grade pieces selling for over $6,000. That's an incredible amount for a 5-cent coin that many people might overlook in everyday change. So the next time you come across an old nickel, don't ignore it too quickly. Take a moment to examine the date, the mint mark, and the condition. You might just discover that an ordinary-looking coin is actually a valuable collectible waiting to be recognized.